morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today we're taking a look at Dr. Vibe, Fuzz Droid, Galaxy Brain, Hyper Boost, and Scissor Hands, which have all had massive updates. Let's get your audio. Let's go. Hello. Hi, my name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS, and I hope you're doing okay. Boom. Alrighty, we have this huge update today for 5 of these apps by Sketch Audio. I've already done tutorials on all 5 of these apps. I did, I think, 3 of them in one show, and I think 2 in separate shows. So they are linked below in the description, I do believe. So if you want to check out those full demos, go and do that. But these are just some little updates, little juicy updates that have been made to these apps that make them even more special. I hope you're doing okay out there. I'm okay. Yesterday you filmed Walk With Me, and boy, was it tiring. Still feeling it in my legs today, and that's all right. So we'll be editing and ready to go for the weekend if that is your cup of tea. Let's say hello to some people who may be in the chat. Jamie, Lynn, Thomas Christ, Dave. We've got Leela, Russ, Brad. I know you're lurking because I just left Clubhouse. Boom. Alrighty. I appreciate you doing Walk With Me. Well, you can walk too. You can walk with me as well as I walk with you. All right, so let's get into it. Let's dive in and get these apps happening. So, prices, let's talk about that first. We're just going to jump over to App Raven. Here we go. So, all of these are free to download. We're looking at these top ones. So, Fuzz Droid, Galaxy Brain, Hyper Boost, Scissor Hands, Dr. Vibe. Phase Monkey and Blipbox are instruments. They are completely different, where all the other 5 are effects. Phase Monkey and Blipbox are currently on sale. So one's a synth and one is pretty much a drum machine, but these are on sale down from $10 down to $8.49 if you want to grab them. The sale, I think, is until the end of this month, I think. I can't be for sure 100%, but that's those 2, Blipbox and so this is a drum synth, but these are all effects. And let's go into this. So these are free to download. And the way it works is you get a 2-week trial. You can come straight in and you can click on this and you can say, you know what, I want the 2-week trial, give me that, and you'll get 2 weeks and then you get charged. So you get to have a look and listen. Again, Fuzz Droid, down from $9.99 to $8.49 on sale. Let's just bounce out of Fuzz Droid. And is it the same for all of them? No, not all of them. So let's just go through the prices. So for Galaxy Brain, you got a 2-week trial. All of these have a 2-week trial, all right? So don't worry about that. If you want to trial it out, just go for the 2-week trial. Mwah, bang, you're off. A full unlock is on sale at the moment for $16.99. That will go up to $20. And I think it's the same for most of the ones that are left here. So Hyper Boost is the same. Currently $17 on sale. Free to download, remember. Scissor Hands, again, is $16.99 on sale. 2-week trial, it will go up to $20. So there is that. And the last one was Dr. Vibe, just to let you know all the prices. So Dr. Vibe has a higher price, so it's currently $25.49, but will go up to $30. But again, a trial. So all of these you have. You can just trial them out, give them a go, so which is cool. You know, I wish more developers would give you a 2-week trial and let you play around and understand how it all works. But they've all been updated, and the main update they've got is for a thing called Morph settings. So I'm going to play a little demo of these Morph settings, and then we'll get into how it all works, shall we? So this is just some old hip-hop thing that I used for some other demo at some stage. And I just thought I'd throw an effect on each of these channels and we'll mess about. So let's hit play. It's a little hip-hop thingy, and I'll shut up and let's oge. All right, let's go through and show you what these things do. Hello, covered by CQ. Marici says, saw something here. Any recommendations for full iOS FX suite? Depends. Igor Vasiliev has a full effects suite with a whole bunch of stuff in it. There's that. It depends on what you want it for, if it's guitar or what. Let us know. We'll try and work something out. Let's go through these things. So, first of all, you're going to notice with these, if you already own them, they've had some significant little UI updates, and they just look nicer. Like big, bright numbers, little squares here that weren't in the original, just big and bright. And you see when you go through the different versions of them, they're all different colors. So, I like this. I think it was all a little bit too stark, I think, when it first came out. And now it's really starting to look good. You can see what things are important. You can see what filters work. I just like the aesthetic of the update of the colors and everything. And you can see with each one of them. So they're all slightly different. We come over here. We've got green. And the last one over here is Hyper Boost. Doesn't have those kind of things there. So there we go. So let's get in. Hello, Joe. Welcome, Joe. Glenn. If I've missed you, I've missed you. I wouldn't want to miss you. Denise, what's going on, Denise? All right, so we're going to focus first on this piano here. So let's just play this piano. What's going on? So pretty simple chords happening with Piano Tech here. And with Galaxy Brain, we've got a bunch of modulation happening. So Galaxy Brain has this really cool delay happening. And with the original one, let's just turn this down a little bit. With the original one down here, let's cover this first. So we had modulation. I'll just get out the way. There we go. So we had modulation down the bottom, LFO and a sequencer. But now what's been added to a Galaxy Brain is an envelope follower, I do believe. Envelope modulation. And that can be found over here. So we've got LFO, we've got an envelope, and we've got a sequencer over here now. So you can choose between these. So we can come in here and up our sequencer, make sure we're selected, and we can turn up our sequencer down here. Now you'll notice when I start turning this up, a little box appears around the item that I'm manipulating. See, if I come over here to range, see how that little box now lights up? And if I hold long enough, we get some values pop up. So this is all new. And the reason these little boxes pop up now is because of our morph. All right, so not only do we have the LFO envelope, we've got LFO envelope and a sequencer now that can be controlled down here with modulation. We also have our morph. So let's go into morph. Firstly, there's a whole bunch of controls down here. In the bottom corner, you've got a latch button, and everybody loves one of these because I'm left-handed. We've got a lefty mode. So if you click lefty mode, it'll put your morph slider over to the left. Turn it off, it'll put it over to the right, whatever suits you. Also, there's a latch button down here. So now if I turn on the latch and click the go button, it will stay latched until I click it again. Turn off the latch, and this go button will only work when I hold down my finger on it. Let go, it's off. So you got the choice between latch and you control it as you want. Completely up to you. You'll also notice, if you've been a fan or own any of these apps, the original version, the presets were sitting over here to the left. So you permanently had a preset browser open. They have been moved down here. So when you click down the bottom, you'll get this nice little preset offering with your user. Bunch of presets in here as well. So you've got presets here. Let's just choose one of them. There's a randomization and there's arrows down the bottom here that you can flick between the presets. And nearly every one of these presets, I can't say everyone for sure because I haven't tested everyone, has the ability to morph. So if I click the button, and you can see all the things that change end up with little dots. So watch up here, and you can see that's where the time's changing. Let's just stop that, let it fade out. So with our morphing, you'll notice as I slide this up as well and back, you can see everything else. So just pay attention to maybe the feedback or the wet mix down here. As I move it up, you can see it slowly moves to its next destination. And you can come in at any time, and so it just doesn't have to be one or the other. You just don't have to like put it in. This is where it starts, this is where it ends, right? But nearly all these presets should have some kind of, if we come down here, let's grab this one, feedback resonator, and hit play. So they've all got a morph. Now the thing is, at any time I can move this slider, and wherever that slider now sits, I can come in and make a change. See, as I'm making a change, this little box appears, and now when I bring this down, you're going to see that change, right? So you can come in here and do that. There's multiple ways you can edit. You can actually hold down on here, and while you're holding down on the button, you can come in here and change, and with your other finger, move things around, right? So you can come in here, manipulate. So I'll just show you with the overhead cam so you can see what I'm doing. I'm holding down the go button, and then I want to come in and change the range, or I might want to change this wet mix, change this time, and then when I let go, that morph has been changed. So we can see that happening by dragging this up and down. G'day, Pete Johns. Let's find another preset in here. Maybe a So you have complete control to organize your morphs how you want them to be. Again, you've got an A and B here. So you can select two different patches and have them with your A and B. Here's where it gets interesting. With our morph button, when you click on it, you're given a whole bunch of little options here. Toggle morph edit, sync to parameters, sync to morph values, swap, lift current, and drop current. Let's talk about these two first, because I find these the most fascinating. Lift current. What do you think that means? For a second, I was like, what? Lift current? Is there a hierarchy of effects that I can have and like move it up the chain? Copy. That is copy. So you can copy and then you can paste it. So I could come in here, drag this, so then I can come in here and hit paste, drop current, and it should paste that in. So you can copy and paste with lift and drop current, and you can swap as well too. So if you have this morphs, let's just load this up. We'll load the same one up again. What's this? Let's load that one. And this works for all 5 of these apps. The morph features is the same for everything, right? Hey, there we go. So if we hit morph, and back, right, so toggle, morph, edit. Once you click this, everything changes a little bit. So the morph light gets lit up and now everything can be changed. We can come in here and move this. You're in like an edit mode. So you can come and move all this stuff around however you want it to be. Come in here to the sequencer. Let's lift up some of this stuff. And then all we need to do is toggle morph edit and we're back out of editing our morphs, right? So now we've set that up. Now, when you don't have the morph button pressed and we're just on the base effect, you might like the morph effect and want that to be your start off. You can do that. You can come over here and hit sync to parameters or sync to morph values. So if I choose morph values, now my initial patch here is now that morph sound. And obviously, if I come up here to morph and do sync to parameters, that's going to be the base. So parameters is before you press go, and morph is once you press go. You can swap them around as well. So you can hit swap. Let's just come over here and pick this glacial lift one or this dial up one here. You can swap them around. So you can come up here and hit swap and they will swap back and forward. So now let's hit play. Whoa. What else is fun with this is, of course, that all of the parameters available in all of these apps are open for you. So you can add your own modulation and you can even come in here to our morph. Where are we? Morph. And you should be able to. Can we do it? I don't know. I haven't even tried it. Can we morph our thing? Global. I'm pretty sure you can modulate your morphing, so you can do all that stuff too. Modulation. Got all this in. Everything's all organized into sections. What's this? So we've got all our controls open there. And yeah, this is pretty much the same thing across the board. Let's jump to the next one. So Dr. Vibe is a lo-fi vinyl cracking mix slammer. Again, updated UI. Hit the go button and there's that wow, flutter, bit of distortion in there. Let's add a bit of drive. Now you notice I was doing that holding down the button. Coming in here. Now some of these have different options. So with this particular one here, we have an auto gain and an auto bypass. Wow, that's what I like, the auto bypass. So what it seems, I don't even know how they work. I didn't even know they were there. So there you go. And now it seems if I click auto bypass, hang on, it removes the sound of the crackle just humming along. There you go. There's that. So again, the morphs work for all these. All the presets down here all have their own morphs as well too. Wait for this to load. Play. So So pretty easy to get your head around. I'm sure once you know one of them, then you're going to be good with all of them. I just need to also let you know that, get my shit together here. The other one that's been updated with some modulation stuff is Scissor Hands. Why is my mic playing up today? Scissor Hands has envelope modulation, has sequencer modulation. So here's our Scissor Hands. And you can see here we've got our LFO, envelope, and we've got a sequencer. So this wasn't the case. If you go back and watch my demo, you'll notice that wasn't there in the past. So in this track, I've got a guitar track. And with our A and B, we can have two sets of presets, right? So we have two presets, one in A, one in B, flick between them. Both have their own morphs. Now, if you want to get to the modulation, so our sequencer here, let's just lock this for now. We'll put the latch button on. And in here, it looks like we've got a Q gain compressor. Again, new. I should try and find out what it is, shouldn't I? Instead of just leaving you guys hanging. What is our Q gain compressor? I don't think it's in here. I'm guessing it's for the Q on here. Anyway, we've got our latch button. And even with the latch down, you can jump between these patches here. And it will even remember where you've placed your slider when you're bouncing back and forward between these. Again, presets down the bottom. Everything looks uniform. It looks really neat. We're on a bass here at the moment, so I'm using Fuzz Droid for some filth, some distortion. Again, everything looks nice and neat, big colors. Same settings up the top, your toggle morphs, all this stuff exactly the same. We've got this auto gain here again and the latch and lefty mode. I'm going to put it in lefty mode, why not? Drums, we're up to drums. Hey, what's going on? Ryan from Sketch Audio's in the house, folks. I've put hyper boost here on these drums. Again, I'm going to set the latch. So once I've got this latched, I can come in here. And now I've messed around with all that while running a morph. That's going to stay like that. But wait, there's more, my friends, because if you click on any of these for any period of time, and once you get this cut out, dotted, animated box around, you get more values. You get more values. Look at these. So you can actually come up here and enter a value if you want. All right, you can say 30, 34. Hit OK. And that's really loud. Hold down again. Hey, Clayton Von Kluge, this is our clipper. You can restore to default. Or you can sync to parameter. So I might want to sync it to the morph value, right? So remembering, this is our morph value. So I might want to take this drive and say sync to morph value. And now just that individual piece of the puzzle has adopted that morph value. And you can do it the opposite way too. So you can sync to the parameter value, which is the value before hitting go. And the morph value is after hitting go. Or you can swap them. So you can hit swap and move them around as well. Again, same thing with your B and A boost. Bring everything back in. Boom. And the thing is too, when you hit that go button and you're in morph mode, you can see everything that has morphed, right? You can see because it's represented by where the slider is with a little white dot on it. So you can actually see what's happening. Let it go. And so we've come from here, we've gone to there. So you can see very clearly how to do this. And again, come midway through, you can do this as well. So pretty easy to understand, I should expect. Bring everything back in. All right, we're kind of at a halfway point here. So what is it? 32 minutes in. What I'm going to do, I'm going to kill all this. We'll just clear this out of here. I'm just going to make something random with all these, with something. Then we'll get out of here for today, my friends. It's our halfway point. I have to run an ad. We do the ad running thing. Press a button and an ad gets served. You may or may not get served. You can avoid it by hitting skip or by becoming a YouTube Premium subscriber. Ran out of breath. The ad's been run. Boom. And while we're waiting for that to happen, you may or may not get an ad. You probably won't most of the time. Tomorrow on the show, we're taking a look at this sucker right here. This is GRFX by Imaginando, another granular app. A lot of granular stuff coming out at the moment. And then on Thursday, US UK time, we have an awesome interview coming up with Ara Cristina Hernandez. She's a musician from Texas. She's very unique, very strange. You know how I found her online? I found her she had a video she dropped there. She said, pretty much it was like, I'm not paraphrasing. Pretty much said, yeah, people kind of don't like my music because I'm strange. And that to me was like, I want to find out more. There you go. All right, let's make something, shall we? I'm going to start off with this. Let's load a Waymaker in here just to generate some things. How is Dr. Vibe? Dr. Vibe is just the exact same way it was Clayton Von Kluge, except it has this new morph feature which all 5 of these effects have. So pretty much if you've got one of them, go and check out these effects. The new morph effect. It's lovely. Let's do elastic. That's pretty cool. We'll send elastic OSC over here. Connect to MIDI, and let's do a change. We'll do a morph sequence. We'll come in here, select this. We'll do a change every 4. Turn off Ableton link. Thank you. Let's slow this down a bit. Nice. We got a Fuzz Droid. Now, for example, with this one, right? I actually want the go. I want the go to be the not go. So we can come up here, and I can say, can we do it this way? I don't know. I'm still working out this lift. So if I, I'm like, I just hit swap, bang, and they're swapped around. See how easy that was? So now. So we've got one sound there. That's cool. Let's maybe make something else. Let's so what key? This is like a C major, I think. So we'll do. That was interesting. We'll do a Zoa. I'm just using generative stuff, folks, because yes, we went through your wonderful new termination of copy paste. So we already discussed that, how Ryan's decided that copy paste is irrelevant, and now it's lift. Lift and drop. I like it. I'm going to start using that wherever I go. Hey, can you lift that text for me and drop it on over here? It makes sense, man. It makes sense. All right, let's find an instrument to send Zoa to. Maybe like some, I don't know, maybe a glockenspiel or something. I don't know. Let's send Zoa out to that. And we'll choose a glockenspiel. I still use Zoa heaps. Glock. And we should be good. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to not advance. I'm going to not do an auto respawn. Let's do that. How gnarly is that bass? Damn. So as you can see, I can come in here and I can change these as I want. Let's find some drums. Come in here. New downloads. Okay, I get it. New downloads. Velcro. Deep gravity. Velcro. What's going on, Velcro? I was watching you when I was coming home yesterday, Velcro, from filming Walk With Me. I had you on my phone coming home on the train. Hey, here we go. Okay, what are we going to throw in here? Shall we do a, I'm going to throw on this. Dan Eberg is in the house. The man with the secrets to how to be successful on Spotify. Let's add a piano tech. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. There we go. What haven't I added? Oh, I haven't added scissor hands. And as I said, guys, maybe Ryan can clarify. I'm pretty sure every preset has a morph built into it. Yeah. So I've got an instance, lastly, of no input mixer, and I'm going to create like a drone underneath it, maybe. And our last one, what haven't I added? Hyper boost? Yeah. Hyper boost day. Oh man, how cool is this? So Hyper Boost has a clipper and a drive. I got lucky. Some agency put me on their bot playlist to entice me to pay money to stay. 900 some plays on my worst one. See, he's got the codes, my friends. He's got the codes. So I did mention already, we'll just cover it one last time. We do have in two of these, we've got envelope, LFO, envelope, sequencer. With our sequencer and envelope and, with the sequencer and LFO, you can sync. Let's go to sequencer, and your modulation values are down here. You can choose the rate. So you got bipolar. And you can see as we move this up and down, our sequences are changing here. Really cool. It's a fucking nice update across all of these apps. Cam. Jimmy. Jimmy. What's going on, Cam? Jimmy. There you go, my friends. Let's turn down that. Boom. Super easy. Hopefully you got a bit from this demo. Let's kill that comment there. Let's run through our prices again. Remember, these effects all have a two-week trial. So if you're on the fence, go and grab the trial. Fuzz Droid, Galaxy Brain, Hyper Boost, Scissor Hands, Dr. Vibe. They all have 2-week trials. So go give them a spin. Fuzz Droid is the one that is the cheaper of the lot at $8.49. It will go up to $10. So all the Sketch Audio apps are on sale at the moment. Can you just confirm for me that when the sale ends? I'm sure you told me, but I can't remember. My brain's gone. Unless that's not a thing. Unless you haven't announced it. I thought it was the start or something of June. May 26th. All right, so you got May 26th, so you got a few days to go. But you have the 2-week trial, but these are all on sale, yeah? So, and the most expensive out of the lot, I think, is Dr. Vibe, which is $25.49, and will go up to $30, yeah? If people have already used the trial, I can get people on the test flight so they can try new features. Just email. Wow, that's very kind of you to offer that. All right, folks. Happy days. Hopefully you can see the value. I think it's rad. Super cool stuff. Ryan cares a lot about his apps. You know, I think I interviewed Ryan. If you haven't seen that, go and check it out. I interviewed Ryan on the show. Zoa was one of my favorite all-time apps, and he's gone on to create Sketch Audio and create these wonderful little apps, and they're cool. So I'm out of here. Tomorrow we're taking a look at GRFX by Imaginando. Get them while they're on sale, exactly. I may have some giveaways for you guys on Patreon. We haven't worked that out yet, but I'm sure Ryan will sort something. So that'll be up for Patrons. All right, Thomas Christ up next. And Thomas, guess what he's doing? He's teaching you he's showing you how he's making his music and Make It Rock. And I'll dump you over there as soon as this ends. Remember, do the things that make you happy, my friends. Mistakes make you better. All rise together, stay awake, and let's OJ.